Hey guys, welcome back to Mo's Game Table. Today we're going to take a look inside the expansion 1 for Space Empires 4X. It is titled Close Encounters. It is designed by Jim Crone and published by GMT Games. This is the second printing from GMT on this expansion for Space Empires. Alright, let's take a look at the back of the box. It says here, Space Empires Close Encounters is the first expansion of Space Empires 4X. Alien races meet up close as they encounter each other for the first time in shipboarding engagements and planetary invasions with 4 different types of ground troops. This expansion takes advantage of the streamlined nature of the game system to add more technology and cool sci-fi things in very simple ways. While it is designed to be used as a whole, the expansion is modular and players can choose to use only the parts that they like. The strengths and weaknesses of each alien empire are brought out with 25 different empire advantages. Also included is an experience system so that your ships become more proficient over time. There is a big benefit if you can keep your ships alive. This expansion adds more counters of each ship type to accommodate groups at different experience levels, and military academies in your empire can give your ships a head start in accumulating experience. Titans, super large ships beyond Dreadnought, make their appearance and can carry both fighters and destroy planets, but have liabilities too. Unique ships allow you to design your own ship complete with special technology. Deep space becomes more important because unique technology cards can be gained by conquering the non-player alien planets. Facilities built on planets, flagships, react technologies, and much more are all in this game expansion. Many new scenarios have been added to the game. Solitaire Scenarios include a different alien empire solitaire scenario, and also a new kind of scenario where a player attempts to fight off an invading mass of space amoebas. Go Space Amoebas. The system is exactly the same, but more awesomeness has been added. You'll see some example of the cards and the counters that you'll get with the game. It says here for game contents, 3 new counter sheets, 25 racial advantage cards, 30 alien technology cards, 1 cardstock fleet display, 1 cardstock battle board, 4 double-sided reference cards, production pad without facilities, production pad with facilities, rulebook, and a scenario book. It is rated as 9 on the solitaire and complexity is at a 4, and it is for 1 to 4 players. So let's take a look inside and see what you get. Alright, so we have our cards, baggies, looks like our fleet cards, our scenario book, rule book, the pads with and without facilities, some player aid cards, 4 of them, our battle board and counter sheets. So let's take a closer look at each one of these. And first thing we'll see here is our battle board. It's a really nice, thick cardstock battle board, so it can stand up to some abuse. It's opposed, 1 player on each side, and it lists out the legendary, elite, veteran, skilled, and green on both sides, and each of these areas where you'll be putting your ships as you lay out your battle and take care of business. Then you've got your fleet displays. Nice thick cardstock, not as thick as this. Obviously, this is more like chipboard. This is good cardstock there. Then we have some new counters. On these counters, you're going to have some ground units as well as some new space units. You're going to have heavy infantry and marine units, grav tanks, titans, and some other space units that you already have that I think these are for upgraded. And then you're going to have the same for all 4 factions, and then you have the space amoebas and your research for all of the factions, some uniques and some mines, asteroids, and again some more space amoebas down here at the bottom. Then we have our ship chart that is going to list out some of the new ships that you're going to see in a game, like the Titan, for example. And then you have your research and industrial options here for your ships, and heavy infantry, armor, marines, militia, infantry, boarding ships, raiders, carriers, all that. A lot of these are new. That's why it looks a lot more busy than the one that comes with Space Empires 4X. We've got 2 pads, 1 with research and 1 without, because bookkeeping is definitely a big thing in this game. That gives you an idea what's on the back sheet right there. Then we have 2 decks of cards. This first one here is the Empire Advantage deck, and it'll have things like shapeshifters, target the destroyers, no target the cruisers, somebody fire. It says they are masters of deception. This empire may use any group counter as a decoy and should mark it as such on the ship technology sheet. See the rulebook to explain the many special rules associated with this race. Reveal: the first time a decoy group is eliminated in combat. On the back here, fearless race. The ethos of this race places a high value on proving your courage. All of their ships fire at attack class A in the first round of combat. After the first round, their ships revert to their normal attack class. However, none of their player ships are able to retreat from combat until after round 3. Their ships would still fire E when in asteroids or nebulae. Reveal when any of their non-boarding ships enter combat. Warrior race, Celestial Knights, Giant race, Industrious race, Ancients, Space Pilgrims, Hive Mind, Nanotechnologies, a whole bunch of different ones. Expert Tacticians, Horsemen of the Plains, and we still carry swords, Amazing Diplomats. And then the other is the Alien Technology deck. This one actually looks pretty funny. Soylent Purple. It says here, new substandard food product that revolutionized the term perishable. Equip your smaller ships with it and they won't need to resupply as often. Absolutely not made from humanoids. SC and DD pay half maintenance rounded down. Reveal at end of the game. Antimatter warhead, interlink targeting computer, polytitanium alloy, long lance torpedo, central computer, cold fusion drive, electronic warfare module, combat sensors, stim packs, captain's chair. So there's some tongue-in-cheek fun with it, as well as some cool stuff that you can add into the game. And there was actually a cloaking device, or adaptive cloaking device, and true to form, it says not pictured. Get it? So what I was talking about with the tongue-in-cheek fun, that comes with the game here. And then you got a rule book and the scenario book. We'll take a look at the rule book first, and it says inside the cover for table of contents, it actually goes to page 11, so I would assume that the back is going to be more about the cards and stuff. But we got introduction here, and then we have new homeworlds and more money, ship experience, military academies. It explains to you how that's going to work and gaining experience, benefits of experience. And then you get into the boarding and capturing ships, boarding attacks, how those are handled, captured ships, tracking captured ships, captured ships and technology, captured non-player alien ships, security forces, Titans, those big new ships that they were talking about. It says Titans are massive ships that are far larger than a dreadnought. Fleet size bonus can carry fighters, planet destroyers, Titans and mines, fleet markers, minesweeper technology, movement technology, reaction movement, fast battle cruisers, alien technology cards, empire advantages. And those are the cards we were looking at there, the alien technology and the empire advantage cards. And then you have the advanced expansion rules, transports and ground combat, ground units, militia, planetary defense, free troops, landing procedures, how to purchase your units, the ground combat procedure, determining victor, space marines and heavy infantry, ground combat against aliens, capture technologies, procedure and properties, flagships. Then we get into facilities, terraforming nebulae, unique ships. We get into variants and the galactic situation. And for the galactic situation, this is for a random game roll on the following table to determine the variant is used. There are 10 different types of variants that you can use for that. And then we get into the unique ship cost tables here on page 12. So the rules do end on 11, and in 12 it gets to the ship cost table, alien technology card list, empire advantage list, and that is the back of the rule book. Now we'll take a look at the scenario book. This is a 24-page book, and inside we have table of contents. Actually goes 20, so the last 4 are going to probably be just like in the rule book. They're going to be explanations of cards or something like that, I would assume. We have player alliances, player knife fight, 3-player teams, 2 versus 1, 4-player teams, 3 versus 1, 4-player deep space, quick conquest scenarios. And it gives you all how to lay out the maps for all of these. Planetary gate scenarios, space amoeba scenarios, alternate victory condition scenarios, king of the war point, grab the artifacts. So king of the hill and capture the flag. Then we get into the solitaire scenarios, and space amoebas here, and then the space amoeba strength table, amoeba properties, cooperative scenarios. So if you want to play 2-player co-op Doomsday Machine scenario, you can play here. And then we get into the second Doomsday co-op scenario, a third one, a fourth one. This is the alien player co-op, alien player behavior, extermination fleets, non-raider fleet movement and exploration, raider fleets here, alien player co-op, alien player victory point rules solitaire. And then we get into, that goes to page 18, and then we get into the alien economic cost sheet, alien player economy phase, alien player movement phase, alien combat and defense, and then the combat is continued and finished here on page 22. Then you get into your victory point tracks on page 23, and then finish off the back with the sequence of play, movement technology chart, black hole survival check, space wreck technology table, and abbreviated sequence of combat. And that is a look at everything you get inside of Close Encounters, the first expansion for Space Empires 4X. This is the second printing available now from GMT Games, and I hope that helps you if you've been curious about what comes in the game. I think it really offers quite a bit. You've got good multiplayer scenarios, good solitaire scenarios, there's boarding, there's ground combat, you've got the alien technology deck, Empire Advantage deck, the battle board, the fleet cards now, and you've got a couple more pads for the bookkeepers out there who love that sort of stuff, along with some new ships. So definitely looks like there's going to be a lot more fun to be had for Space Empires 4X with the Close Encounters expansion. If you have any comments or questions, post them down below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.